with your dream team captain. Matter of fact, I ain't seen you in a minute. Let me take my butt to church. You better come on in.
Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Unrooted Softball Edition, and my guest for this week's show is none other than senior shortstop on the softball team here at Menlo College, Brooke Shigematsu. Brooke, thanks so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Let's start by getting to know you a little bit better now. I want to hear a little bit about your hometown of Stockton. It's not something I've asked you too much about before. Did you wind up going to Ports games a lot growing up?
Yeah, here and there. It was kind of something the whole family could do together, and it was literally down the street. I want to say like 10 minutes away. I don't think I ever remember watching a game, but definitely playing with the mascot and doing like little kid things just on like the bouncy house. But yeah, we went here and there. But,
those are some of the joys about minor league baseball.
Yeah.
So many of those unique features. What else is there to do in Stockton? Because I don't hear a lot of good things about Stockton.
I mean, you can go bowling. They took down, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's about all. There's a movie theater. There's really nothing to do. You have to go to another city.
But it's so big. Mm-hmm. Right? What's the population?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea.
You don't know the population?
No.
Okay, well, we're going to say it's a lot of people. I'm going to pull that up real quick. But
yeah.
It's a good-sized town, right?
No, yeah, it is.
I mean...
Yeah, I don't know that.
Okay, here we go. Google says 307,000. You're saying that there's nothing to do.
No. I'm telling you, there's literally nothing to do. Me and my friends would sit at home like, what do you want to do? Go to Sonic? Like, that's literally...
You're naming things to do.
Okay, but you got to pay for that.
So?
I don't know.
How many... Okay, if the only thing you're going to do that's free would be, like, hiking, outdoors.
There's literally no place to hike.
You can't do that in Stockton.
You can't do that either.
So, yeah, you're going to have to pay to do stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that to be, like, a vacation spot.
No, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't recommend East Palo Alto, where I live, to be a vacation spot. But, what do you do in the EPA? You go to the IKEA.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have an IKEA either, so Target. You can go to Target.
Everywhere has a Target.
Yeah, well.
EPA has the IKEA right next to the Target, which is right next to the Home Depot, which is right next to the Quiznos, which is right next to the Baskin Robbins, which is right next to the Mi Pueblo.
Okay, well, we got a Habit next to the Home Depot, next to the Jamba Juice. There we go. That's something to do.
We have a Jamba Juice too.
Okay, well.
And a Wingstop.
We have a Wingstop. It's kind of far.
More than 10 minutes away?
Yeah, like 12.
Nah, you didn't want to do that. You only wanted to go to the places within 10 minutes of each other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One thing that is fairly difficult to miss when it comes to talking about you is the artistic design that you have tattooed on your left arm, which of course is covered up here today.
Yeah, sorry.
That's fine. Most have a story. What's yours?
So we can't see it, but it's my family crest, which is like a flower, and then surrounding it is 2 koi fish. One's blue, it's for my brother, and then the other one's black, it's for my dad. And then around it is like flowers, they're for my mom. So that's kind of my story, just tying in family within my family crest, and they're kind of like protecting it. So that's basically my story.
You got that, what, like 2 years ago?
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah, 2 summers ago, I think.
What inspired you to get it done?
Well, I've always wanted to tattoo, and I knew all my cousins have a family crest tattoo, and I knew I wanted that, and I kind of wanted a sleeve, and I was like, just go big or go home. And I was like, I'm going to love it. I loved it, how she drew it out. I was just like, I know this is what I want, and I just kind of did it.
Very nice. Mm-hmm. Now, a big area of improvement for you this season, aside from the insane offensive numbers, which that's a whole nother discussion, is your defensive play. Mm-hmm. How important was it for you this year to focus on the defensive side of the ball?
It was definitely important. We had a lot of younger girls come up, and I just kind of wanted to set that tone for them, especially when I leave. The next shortstop is a freshman. Well, she'll be a sophomore next year, but I kind of wanted to show her how to work shortstop and how to be that player that the team looks at you. So I kind of set a standard to show her that this is how you need to be, and I feel like it's kind of made me better. Like in practice, I take time to show her what to do and to how to do certain things and how to do certain plays, and it kind of made me realize, oh, like this is how I can be quicker, and it kind of showed me like how to be a better player. And defense is fun. It's the most fun part, I think. Just making cool plays.
Of course.
I think that's the most fun part about playing. So I love defense, and it was just important for me to be better than what I was last season. So, yeah.
Half as many errors this year as you had last year.
Thank God.
But also, we got to make a comparison now. Mm-hmm. Diving catch or game-winning hit? What's better?
Depends when the diving catch. Is it to win the game?
No.
Oh, then the winning hit, for sure.
Okay.
If it was a winning diving catch, I would take that. That's pretty dope.
That's like a walk-off defensive play.
Yeah.
So they're kind of on the same level, but you like defense, so
Yeah.
okay, we'll go with that instead.
Yeah. It would definitely have to be the winning catch.
Diving catch in the 6th inning of a game versus go ahead RBI double to break a scoreless tie in the bottom of the 6th inning against Arizona Christian.
Okay.
On senior day.
Yeah, definitely the offensive one. Then.
Okay. I'm kind of contradicting your argument here, and I feel really good about this.
It's whatever.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the team now. Senior day was on Saturday, and Menlo honored all 7 seniors, including yourself, before first pitch. What were the emotions like joining the other seniors out there for the ceremony?
Oh, man. It was unreal. I didn't think this day would ever come, and just being out there with especially, like, Brooke, Cassie, Elena, like, the people, and Jordan, the people that have been there all 4 years. It was definitely cool, like, just looking back and, like, oh, we started here, and now we're finishing here all together. And it was amazing. Just everyone, that was a huge crowd. I feel like that's the most fans we've ever had. And just looking out to everyone, like, we're finally here, we finally did it. It's definitely bittersweet, but, I mean, we've come a long way. And I feel like we deserve this.
Yeah.
We deserve to go out with a bang. So.
Yeah, and you ladies finished off senior day in impressive fashion, 2 clean sweeps over Arizona Christian. Did those games prove that Menlo can not only win games by scoring a bunch of runs, but also playing well in the circle and on the defensive side?
Oh, it for sure did, especially the first game. I feel like our defense really held them until we were able to score runs. I mean, sometimes we do struggle with scoring runs early, and we decide to wait till the end to score all these runs. But I feel like our defense lately has been on top of everything. Like, we try to help our pitchers out because we know they pitch their best. Like, they do what they can. And sometimes when the bats aren't working, we have this thing, well, if the bats aren't working, make it up on defense. If you're not hitting, try to make an outstanding play. Like, go the extra mile. So it's worked for us.
And it did seem like the Bats struggled just a little bit on Sunday against Hope International. The Oaks had many chances in both games to tie up or take the lead, but just fell a little bit short. What was different from Saturday to Sunday, maybe in terms of like hitting with runners in scoring position?
I feel like Saturday we were all hyped about senior day, like we wanted to do it for the seniors. We were trying to capitalize on everything. And then on Sunday we kind of got in our heads a little bit. We wanted to win too much. We put too much pressure of, oh, we have to get them in now. We have to do this. And I feel like we weren't stringing as many hits together as we usually do. So I feel like just the mentality, I feel like ACU, we were like, do it for something else, do it for a bigger cause. And then for Hope, it was more, we need to do this. We need to do it right now. And it was more of we were more forcing it. And I feel like that's where the differences were in those 2 games.
And I think, too, maybe in a weird way mentally, it was almost like you had 2 senior days.
Yeah.
And we can thank Mother Nature for that, of course, because it was supposed to be Friday, Saturday, but senior day, actually Saturday, and then the final games, let's go out with a bang on Sunday against a first-place team.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit of a different mindset, perhaps.
No, it was because we were all pumped for Friday. We were like, we're going to get these games and roll into Saturday and have this big senior day celebration. And I feel like we were kind of shaken up, just like, well, we just had senior day, but we still have to play these games.
Yeah.
So still get back into it. It was kind of weird.
Really, you were just pumped to play on my birthday Friday, and then it didn't happen.
Exactly,
so then, you know, there go those festivities too. Boo-hoo. Now the Oaks play on the road to finish up the regular season, the last 2 weekends. With just 2 more weeks left, what's the key for you ladies to play solid softball away from home?
Well, I feel preseason prepared us for this. We were on the road a lot. We got used to not playing on our field and adjusting to the dirt, especially because turf really helps out a lot. So I feel like just staying consistent, trying to find how to string all those hits together, trying to pretend like this is just playing like this is our last game. Like, we need to do this for each other and just staying together. I feel like at home you have the support of all your fans, and I feel like once we go away we need the support of each other to rally off of. So I feel like that's a big key we're going to need these next 2 weeks.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you haven't played away from home, which means on dirt and grass since the first weekend of March.
Yeah. We were supposed to play at Hope, but it got rained out.
That's right. Your Antelope Valley and Hope both washed away. So, yeah, it's been well over a month since you guys have been on the road. So,
Yeah.
rested, I'm sure, a little bit at least.
Yeah.
You're nice to play at home and not have to travel, but just channel your inner February and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Vanguard is the first team up on the schedule this weekend. They're now ranked number 8 in the nation. You know how tough their pitching staff can be. So what adjustments need to be made on the offensive side, having already seen them once this year?
It's definitely just pitch selection. We get so excited to hit the ball. And we just see the ball and we just start swinging. And I feel like they're good with placement and they know how to keep us off balance. So I feel like if we just stick to our pitches and like our strengths, that's going to be the key to beating Vanguard. We just need to attack them instead of letting them attack us, basically. So just pitch selection. I feel like once we are on top of a pitcher, it's the end of the story.
I like it. Attack the lion.
Yeah.
What attacks lions? Do anything? Do oaks attack lions? I don't think so.
There was a gif of a giraffe attacking a lion.
A giraffe?
Yeah.
Is that a crazy giraffe or a stupid
No,
giraffe
honestly,
or what?
I don't really remember. It was just sent in our group message. It was pretty funny.
I'm going to find this GIF and I'm going to lay it over what's happening right now and just let everybody enjoy. Is it not? Is it graphic? I hope it's not.
No, it's just, no, I don't think
It's just silly?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. To be determined. All right, Brooke, let's get into the final segment of the show. It's called Brownie Bites. I'm going to ask you 3 off-the-wall questions. You give me your best answers.
Okay.
Question number 1. Which teammate would fail at trying to drive a boat?
Well, it's definitely going to have to be Regina. Sorry, Regina.
Again.
Yeah. You guys, I swear these questions are set up for Regina, and I feel so bad.
Maybe they are. I don't know.
Yeah, but she's honestly not the best driver, so I'm just going to think that she can't drive a boat. I mean, if you can't drive a car, I mean, could you drive a boat? Is that easier?
Well, I have driven a boat very briefly before. I would say, I don't know if it's necessarily harder, but it's kind of like mentally a little bit harder because you've never done it before and and it's not your boat and you don't want to wreck the boat.
Okay.
So maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't done it enough to know for sure.
Well, I'm going to stick with my answer.
Okay, Regina it is. Regina it is.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Question number 2. Which teammate gets the most terrified while watching horror films? Regina?
Oh, no.
Okay.
She likes them. It would definitely be Cassie. We were actually watching a scary movie the other day, and she screamed at nothing. Like, she scared us for just screaming, and we were like, wait, nothing happened. And she's like, oh, no, I just got scared. And we were like, okay. Like, she's terrified. She doesn't even, like, look at the screen. It's great.
Yeah, what's your stance on those?
I love them.
No.
No? Really?
No, I'm right
think
there
they're
with Cassie.
intense.
I can't do it. I couldn't even, the only legit, not to get into a story, I'm not going to digress too much, but the longest I've gotten into a movie was The Purge.
Oh, that's not
And I got like 56 minutes into it. And then I can't say the rest of the story after that point. But there were some embarrassing things that were going on at that point. And it was not pretty at all.
I don't think those were that scary.
That's what everyone said, but to me they were.
Oh, man.
I couldn't do it. Cassie, I feel you on that because those are those are something else. And then question number 3, if tasked with running a farm, which teammate would produce the most crop?
It's definitely going to be Brooke. She's from Nevada, and she always talks about her grandparents owning a farm, so I'm just going to go with that.
What kind of farm?
Honestly, I don't really know. I don't think it's crops. I think they own like chickens and cows and stuff.
I guess technically that could be considered
Is it farm?
crop.
It is?
In a-
What if they don't kill them? What if they just have them? Well, I guess you milk a cow. Okay, never mind.
But that would technically,
Yeah,
I guess,
yeah.
in this loose definition of crop, that could be
Yeah.
considered a crop. So if you're milking the cow.
Yeah, I would definitely go with Brooke. I don't think anyone else would even own a farm.
But did her grandparents live in Nevada too?
Yeah,
They had a farm in Nevada?
I think so. I'll have to check. I'll get
In
back to you.
Yerington, Nevada. Okay, sounds good. Brooke, thanks for joining me on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, folks. The softball team, they're on the road to wrap up the regular season, and they will begin this weekend with a pretty crazy weekend away from home. They have, well, technically like 4.5 games on the road. They open up against Vanguard this weekend on Friday, a 3 o'clock doubleheader in Costa Mesa. And then on Saturday, they have a scheduled doubleheader against San Diego Christian at night, 5 o'clock down in San Diego. But before that, they are resuming the home opener, technically, in Encinitas against the University of St. Catherine College. That game was suspended on January 27th due to darkness. They will resume in the bottom of the 9th inning with Menlo College down 1 run. International tiebreaker rule in place, so the tying run at second base. Tune in to MenloAthletics.com for complete coverage of all 5 games from the weekend. We invite you to tune into next week's episode of Unrooted. It'll be the final one in 2018, so Brooke Shigematsu, there's a lot of pressure on you to pick the final person to be interviewed right here on the show. Until then, we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone.
You my dream catcher, dream team captain. Matter of fact, I ain't seen you in a minute. Let me take my butt to church. You better come on in. Come on in, it's high.